Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about how I use my planner and how I what are the steps I use for the week or / month. So if you're new to my channel, stay tuned. This will be a really exciting video, especially for those for new planners. Just a few little tips and tricks and go-tos for how I do things. Not that it will necessarily be the way you find yourself doing things, but it could be helpful to see what you feel like is the best. And of course, I am still recuperating, and hopefully I will be over it very soon because I'm getting tired of my voice being scratchy and less than normal. My mom is cracking me up though because she's like just discovered essential oils and she's like, just rub some frankincense on your throat and it'll be better in like 2 days. It's hilarious. We are still actively in this week. That's why I threw this week open, just so you could get an idea of how everything looks presently. But I have horrible handwriting, by the way, so if you're seeing my handwriting and you're like, oh my gosh, that girl, her penmanship sucks, you are absolutely right, it does. And I am certainly, just the way it is. Like, who cares? Like, if you're worried about the way your handwriting is, don't worry about it, because it's just the way it is. Practice, you can make it better, but don't worry about it. Like, there's nothing you can do to change that. It's just how you write. You just have to not worry about it. That being said, if you're also worried about Instagram and you're like, man, my Instagram is not going to be pretty if I write how I write, don't worry about that. Haters gonna hate, right? Like, you just can't worry about it. So, that being said, as I've coughed on you 10 times, we're going to talk about how I use my planner in any given week's moment. And hopefully this will be helpful to you if you are multiple planner, or if you have multiple planners, or even if you don't have multiple planners. Hopefully this will just be helpful for you to bring some balance, especially if you're new to it, because it can be overwhelming. And remember, this is a tool. It can be fun, it can be creative, you can make it what you want it, but it's supposed to make your life better. Alright, so let's jump into November. Pretending that November this is your guideline for the month of how things are going to go. Your idea to put this is to schedule things out, but your week is how you're planning. So these are things like non-forgets, like can't forget to pay this bill or do this or go here at this point, board meeting at this date, whatever it might be. This is your go-to for things you cannot forget. And then this is how you're going to plan them out. So for your week, if you decorate your spread like me, I'm a big decorate, and I'm not going to go into detail with it in this video, but I am going to do a time blocking video, which is going to be coming very soon, and I'm going to show you how I time block. And I will tell you that time blocking is not a perfect science. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes you can mess it up. It just depends on how strict you are with yourself and if you're going to be disciplined to follow your own time blocks. But I will show you how I time block, and hopefully it will help you. I like to decorate a lot. I like stickers everywhere. I like to color coordinate my stickers. I like just to be fun. This one was kind of rainbowish, but it is how I prefer to plan. However you do, if you like less stickers, if you like more stickers, great. There's no wrong answer here. But this is going to be your guideline. And because there's not a whole lot of room per day, and we're still actively in this week, so there's some days that are not quite as full as others because they're still kind of intermittently working on things. But the way that I use my planner is I follow my monthly guide to look at my days. And then when I'm in my days, I put the things I have to do in each day of what's going on. If there's an appointment that I have to go to, then that gets transferred into a time blocking video, which, like I said, I'm not going to do that in this particular video, but just know that this information then gets transferred out, and I use that in my day-to-day. And what I do use is a lot of half sheets, a lot of these little punch cards. So we're going to talk about how I do that, but a lot of these little punch cards, and like these little doodadders, and a lot of the productivity, get focused. These I used to make before they came out with these. I'd make something very similar to that, so it's kind of funny that they came out with these. And anything that I can fit in here without covering everything up, because I definitely like to have visual still without with things. So what I do is I look at my day and I'm like, okay, I have this, 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 and this to do. Then I'm going to put it in a productivity sheet with my time blocking, and it's going to tell me what I'm doing at any given time. So I know how to run each day. But more than anything, this is like my master sheet. So if you looked at this planner, it's, you know, you can control your day a little bit from this, but it's not a whole lot. So what you want to do if you're really busy, is you want to put that data, that information onto one of these sheets. And that's going to be your real guide for every single thing you want to do. And then this gets thrown out at the end of the day. So when you're done with it, you can scribble it up, cross it out. You can save it if you want to, or you can throw it out. But this is your guide, your ultimate guide to know how things are going. This is also going to give you plenty of room to take notes and put things that you would not necessarily be able to fit in this tiny space right here. It's going to, you know, give you a lot more for what you're doing. And then you can, like I said, at the end of the day, you can chuck it. These sheets, this has 60 sheets in it. So you'd have to buy theoretically 3 of these to go if you were like a little bit more than 3. But if you were going to do a year at a time, you'd have to buy like, you know, more than that. But it depends on if you do 7 days a week or if you do 5 days a week. I generally don't plan as in depth on the weekends unless there's something really specific going on. So I probably wouldn't use something like this. But what I do use, this is like more like a Monday through Friday type deal. I use sheets like this or sheets like this to write down other notes that I might, maybe even food or grocery list or shopping list, and keep everything accessible, because this is your master class for the week. This is where you're in for the week. You might have other sections to your planner like I do, and goal setting and all that stuff, but this is where I live. This is what stays open on my desk. This is the part that I'm living in during the week. So you want to do your best to put that data where you need it to be able to be the most productive. And the best way that I have found that is to use a half sheet to kind of put that information in there. So now we're going to talk about the different kind of half sheets that Happy Planner sells and the full sheets. So I believe that the classic size is their most popular. I believe that that's the case. And I think the way that it goes is the classic has the most accessories, followed by, I believe, the mini, and then going to the big. So if you're considering which size to get and you're basing this decision based on the amount of accessories, if you really love the big, well, okay, great. It's not a problem because you can put the classic accessories in the big, but if you're looking for the big size accessories, I think that's the one that they have the least for. Having said that, there's still a lot. Like, I don't think they even make big dashboards, but there's still plenty of other accessories that you could buy that will fit it. The mini, the same idea. You could put any of these in the mini and fold them up or open them, but they're not going to be half sheet. They're obviously going to fill the whole week. But they will still work for the mini if you fold them. However, the classic is your go-to size, and that's the one that the most accessories are for. So if you're like me, you're accessory happy, you love all the accessories, you want them all, the classic is going to be the one to go to. But as far as the half sheets are concerned, they have tons and tons of different ones. I'm not going to even show you all of them because we'd be here for days. But these are just kind of the blanks with obviously some design around them. Do what you wish with them, make them what you want. These are dated Monday through Sunday, and these are a daily schedule. You could make this your schedule of what you're doing. I think it's a great meal planner. You could make it something for kids' sports schedules or school schedules or homework schedules or anything that you want, but it's going to be a guide to help supplement the space that you have in here, because it's very hard to decorate and actually work from just these boxes. Now, if you say, hey, I'm not that busy, I bet if you took your life, though, and you put it down on paper, you are a lot busier than you realize. So my advice to you is, and this is supposed to help you, it's not supposed to make it more stressful or less stressful. It's supposed to make it less stressful. It's not supposed to make it more stressful. So you want to make sure that you're doing the things that are going to help you, aid you in the best possible way to make that happen. So I recommend picking a meal plan sheet for the week and having this in your planner at all times. If you meal plan, I think it's a good idea, because I find whenever I don't, which is more times than I like to admit, that I scramble, and that becomes a stress. The point of not having a blanket understanding of what's for dinner stresses me out when I go to look for it. If I just knew, I would be like, okay, this is what's for dinner. Life's good. Check that off my list. Not knowing stresses me. These are great for note taking or list making. If you're a lister like me and you love to have checklists to go each time, these are really great to just have a written list, and you can throw it away, use it however many days to fill it up if you're like a paper stingy. These are great. These, of course, I love because they give you a little bit of everything. You have your top 5, you have your check it off, which could just be a regular checklist, take notes, top goals. Then on the back, they're just like a regular note paper. So it gives you unlimited options for exactly how you want to plan your day. And then lastly, the thing that I have been loving is these little note cards, which I often will have multiples. Like this week, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 in my planner for this week. So it's been a very big week for these. And I use them all the time because I feel like they serve a specific purpose. They're not encompassing on overwhelming me in the planner. And I like having a card for each category. So if it's video ideas, I like having that separate from my real estate work that I'm doing to plan over transitioning. So the things that I use these for are just it's amazing. But I love having them on my planner, and you'll find that week after week I've been really enjoying them. So yeah, love it. Love, love, love it. So these are just some helpful tips to decide how you want to use it. But if you're trying to fit your busy day in one of these tiny blocks, I would recommend getting some half sheets and making it worth your time. And then as you finish the week, you're going to carry on anything that you didn't accomplish, and you're going to plop it right in to the next week. So if these little cards, if you have something on these little cards that are checklists for like maybe weekly overview items, just pop them right out and tuck them right in here. And then when you're planning for next week, you know how to incorporate these into the busyness of the week coming. So that is just a little glimpse of how I plan, how I use my planner, and how I plan. In the next coming days, I'm going to be showing you a more in-depth version of time blocking, which I feel like is also essential for productivity purposes. It's not for everybody, but for those it's great. It's a great tool to use, and that goes hand in hand with my week also. So I'll probably categorize that as an extension to this video, but it will show you how I break down these lists and then turn them into time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a brief overview of how to plan, really, because I know a lot of you get confused. And I'm going to apologize again for my voice. We're having a talk with the Lord to see if he can work some magic and get it all fixed up. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you on the next one. I will see you all very soon.